Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nemeka Onyeka Obiariri. I bring you good tidings. I've made up my mind. I'm not going to waste my time again talking about the woes of Nigeria and the political calamities that we have and the disasters and the human plagues we have in terms of the political class and their private sector cronies and enablers. We can all use a choice. At a point, Joshua said to the Israelites, when he discovered that the Israelites weren't ready to turn around and do what is right, he was having so much headache talking to them on the need for them to do the right things, obey the commandment of the Lord, that he just called them and said, see, I am your leader. I am no longer going to break my head, have endless night trying to help the people that don't want to help themselves. He just simply told them they can do whatever they like. For him and his household, they've chosen to do what is right and to serve the Lord. Why am I saying this? I'm bringing to you, for those of you who still have hope on this nation, there is still hope, because there are still in some national units at the state level, some governors who are trying their best. At least Alex Otti is doing his utmost best in Abia State. Peter Mba is trying his best in Enugu State. So Abia State have actually provided us a relatively safe haven for investors to flow in. I've always said it. You don't need to travel around the world looking for investors. When you create an enabling environment, investors will troop in. And we've actually carved a niche for ourselves. We know that to rescue Nigeria and to rescue poverty, those are the lowest part of the economic pyramid. Socio-economic, we must have to look down at not peasant farming, mechanized and tech-driven agripreneurship. Our mentor, Dr. Michael Ihono Kodokbara, for 6-7 years, created 214-kilometer agro-industrial belt, mostly driven by doing agro-industrial clusters across the whole value chain. One of the Fortune 500 companies in the whole world, Wema Group, today, does annual turnover of between $50 to $73 billion, more than what the whole of Nigeria generates in terms of revenue. And they manage only about 214,000 kilometer palm plantation. Look at Presco, look at Okomo, what they are doing. Nigeria is one of the brightest places. In 1965, we controlled 45% of the global palm oil market. Today, that market is $82 billion sized. 85% controlled by Indonesia and Malaysia, who came here over 100 years ago to pick the seedlings in the wild from Nigeria and other parts of West Africa. So in the southeast of Nigeria, Niger State, we are creating agro clusters. We are creating palm cities. We are creating Moringa cities. We are creating cocoa cities. We are creating plantain cities. And let me explain to you what this thing means. Like I said, Alex Otti have actually created the enabling pathway. In every local government area in Abia State, those who are willing, we are importing massively tractors, bulldozers, and things that we will use to do smart farming. The kind of things you see in India. Look at India. Moringa Olifera. India controls 85% of that market. It's one of the healthiest plants created by God. It's called miracle tree. And it's so huge, the kind of wealth that comes from it. And we've been so fortunate that we have some of their best cultivars. We've been able to bring in the Momax 3, the PKM2, and we are planting it massively in the southeast. Because we have limited land availability, we are going to communities, going to local government areas where people are willing to work with us. We are buying up land. Our major areas of concentration now is Ibere, Ugweke, Imbende, Ukwa West. Those areas where you have relative security. In Ukwa West, we are doing massive hectares. We are buying land. And we want to encourage you. If you want to buy properties to do this, go to Ukwa West. Go to those areas that are safe. Buy land. Let me tell you why economy of scale is very important. Nigeria today has a palm oil demand of about 2.4 million tons. What we produce locally here is about 1,050,000 tons. And this is a country that used to control 45% of the global palm oil market. Today, we don't even control up to 5%. And we have a supply gap, domestic supply gap, that will require about 500,000 to 700,000 hectares of land, new plantation, that will require us getting 90 to 120 million tenera species, or the super terra species, or the super gene species, that will require us setting up at least 1,780 cottage factories with capacity to do 20 tons processing every day. And the palm oil is in hot demand, is in huge demand. The demand keeps on growing at a cumulative great average point of almost about 9.75% into the next 10, 20, 30 years. And it's a cash crop that can stay 20, 30, 40 years. So basically what we are doing here, we are creating clusters of it. Thank God we've been able to bring in new tractors, new bulldozers. Where we buy land, we'll clear it, we plant it, we intercrop it with veggies that can give us cash crop. Let me tell you, it's very simple. It's no rocket science. Since we require to do about 500,000 to 700,000 hectares, the Southeast is pretty small land mass, 2.8 million hectares. What we are trying to do is very simple. In every hectare, that every ward that is not within the urban areas, get communities, get town unions, since governments are not willing to do anything, to bring the next, to sell their land, because I don't want any, if they want to do that, we can help them do it. We can help them clear, we supply them with the tenera species and everything. And of course, we sign off take arrangement. We'll buy up everything they produce and process it. But the land belongs to them. They create job for their people, create income, create revenue. A hectare of the tenera palm plantation by 4th, 5th, 6th year will give almost about 7.5 million annually, selling the fresh fruit bunch. So, for those of you in diaspora, those of you, even for the political class, those of you looting our monies and then taking it abroad to go and buy houses offshore, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your life. Since you decided you don't want to live without stealing, when you steal that money, please be kind enough not to steal from Nigerians and take the money to go and buy houses in the US, in London, in South Africa. Take that money, go to your village, buy land, call us. We will help you clear the land, plant bearer biological assets for you, plant palm trees, plant moringa trees, plant cocoa. A ton of cocoa today is about $11,000. A hectare of the cocoa plantation, the crane species, by the 24th month, you will start harvesting it. A ton of the cocoa seed. But of course, there's a new law at the National Assembly that will not allow you even to export your cocoa beans. You have to process at least 30%. So, a hectare of the plantain or the banana, 55, let me tell you, 1,700 hectares of the banana or plantain will give you $53 million annually. So you choose the ones you want. It's the surest way to plan for your retirement. Firstly, the land you're buying is your land. The trees that you're planting is your own. Even if you don't want to, you can sell it. You can lease it. Because basically what we're trying to do is to create a huge bearer biological asset. In anywhere we can see up to 200 hectares of the tenera palm plantation. We will set up a processing factory there. See, let me tell you, this land has everything that is required, that is given by God for us. If we do the right thing, we can generate nothing less than $250 to $300 billion annually. Mechanized, tech, smart agri. Look at Netherlands, 529,000 smart farmhouses, greenhouses. Less than 20 million people. Less than 200,000 people into agriculture. Look at even Kenya, 175,000 smart farmhouses. In Nigeria, it's about 4,000. And out of that 4,000, almost 2,000 are dead because of our criminality, our inefficiencies. Even when you employ people to manage it, they will want to steal you dry. But we have developed a system that makes it people accountable to themselves, not even to other people, because they see the benefit, they see they see the transparent way we are executing it. We are creating jobs, we are creating knowledge, we are training people. We have a lot of Kenyans we are working with who are transferring knowledge to young Nigerians, and that is something we want to do. Our plan in the longer term, we are not planning to do 539, 37, 35, 30,000 like Netherlands. It's a tall order. We are planning at least to do 18,690 in the Southeast, and we've started, and we will achieve it. So we work with those who are willing to see. And we don't. There's no need wasting our time talking about. I've made up my mind. See, there's nobody in Nigeria who is a victim. You saw what happened in Anambra State. People were collecting money to vote. Let me tell you, when they tell you that it's hunger, it's not true. Hunger is not. If you cannot out of hunger, you go and collect scorpion and put on your tongue. No matter how hungry you are. Even if you're starving to death, you cannot take scorpion, live scorpion, and put on your tongue. So those people who are collecting money to vote for those who are not qualified, they are greedy. They are only manifesting their wickedness and greed. Some of us did not grow up. We are not born with silver spoon, but we were raised by principled parents. My father was such a principled man that he inculcated in us the virtues of excellence, integrity, knowledge, and self-dignity. When you know who you are, when you know your worth, you will not fall to for any kind of offering. So, for those of you, contact us on WhatsApp 090909000989. WhatsApp 090909000989. Mobile 0813-444-1140. We are developing cities, plantations. You can subscribe if you want, but we will advise you. We will buy your land. Call us, we'll help you to develop it and manage it. It's not for free. We'll manage it. We'll buy up everything you produce. Of course, we'll collect 20% fee of the profits that you're going to make out of that place every year. So rather than loot our monies and take it outside, please bring those monies. Invest in your communities. Invest in, since even some of you have stolen so much that your communities are unsafe, go to the community that are safe. Estates.Your has been very kind to give us good governance in Abia State, and Abia State is relatively secure. And Abia State provides us with, see, let me tell you, the plan is very simple. In each of the 17 local government areas in Abia State, we are going to create private sector-led 1,000 hectares of palm plantation, 1,000 hectares of cocoa plantation, 1,000 hectares of Moringa plantation, where we are starting from Upper West and Bende, those relatively safer areas. So if you like, go to your own community and burn your community. Like my own community, Hube, I have over 600 plots of land. I did a factory there. They messed it up. They burnt 2 of the factory trucks because of some criminals who are hiding under agitation to be kidnapping people and destroying lives. I've abandoned that property for them. They should go and eat the 600 plots of land. Other communities that are safe. Any day my own people wake up and they regain sanity, we will go back. We have land to plant. We will develop our own home. But as long as people have decided they want to, they can go ahead. For me and my household and those who are my disciples, we will create massive wealth. Massive wealth. When I mean wealth, massive agro wealth. The fastest way to plan for your retirement is through the Bearer Biological Asset Framework. Our plan in the short run is to create, in the longer run is to create between 126,000 to 200,000 hectares of palm plantation, to do over 60,000 hectares of cocoa plantation, to do over 11,000 hectares of Moringa plantation, and over 1,700 to 20,000 hectares of the plantain and Cavendish banana sucker plantations. Of course, we are going to intercrop it. See, let me tell you, the Southeast is paradise. We can feed the whole of Africa. In fact, the whole eastern region, we are even going as far as Cross River, Akwa Ibom. Anywhere, Delta State, we have massive fields in Delta State. And the truth is, there is no going back. Since government, they don't want to do it, we are stepping out to do it. And we will do it accountably, we will do it transparently, we will do it excellently to the glory of God. Our duty and our calling is to feed Africa. And we will feed Africa. We will create jobs, we will create empowerment, we will help our people to see life. Thank you and God bless. Please share.